So Andres and me, we are representatives of the University of Granada. The University of Granada is a very big institution. It's a big research university in Spain, and it has a lot of projection in different scientific areas. Maybe natural sciences is one of its strengths. We in particular come from the ecology department, and we are, from that point of view, we're kind of outsiders to the core of Gen4olive. Since Gen4olive is built mostly around agronomy and applied sciences, and we come from the basic sciences. And what we do here is we study the wild olive. The olive tree is a very diverse crop, but there's a lot of diversity that is not within the cultivated pool. That is, it's available for breeders potentially in the wild populations, and that's what we are studying. We're studying these wild populations to see to what extent they might be interesting for breeding purposes, particularly under a framework of adaptation to climate change.
We in the University of Granada, we have a little bit of experience with wild relative crops, in particular with the oleaster and wild olive complex in general. Professor Rubio de Casas has a little bit of experience, and we are trying to work in the characterization of the wild relatives of the Mediterranean cultivated olive, including that the most closely related subspecies of olive, and also the as it's called the oleaster, no? That it is Olearopea subspecies europea, but the wild representation. So what we are now doing, we are developing a document that will help to establish the main areas of interest for the preservation of wild genetic diversity that could be potentially used as genetic resources that is not represented in the cultivated pool. That could be also of interest for developing future inbreeding programs, or developing of improvements in the crops, in the olive crops. And also we are also studying traits. We are also making a phenotypic diversity study, trying to determine, for example, in the different populations and the different lineages, the response to different environmental factors. So that it could be traits of interest in the wild pool, that could be of interest in the improvement, no, on the breeding programs. Also, we are doing some experience on some research on the capacity of natural regeneration of these wild populations, with the interest of trying to propagate this wild diversity and to generate a core wild collection that could be preserved and could be used in future breeding programs. So it will be very, very, very important to be sure that we know how to manage and how to propagate this